Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're here today. Hi, I'm a little out of sorts because the equipment didn't work right away, but everything's working good now. We're here this morning to talk about phrasal verbs that have to do with sleep. So not all of these phrasal verbs will have the word sleep in it. But let's get started. I'm Bob the Canadian. I just want to say hi to Misha and Demika and Tiseng and Karen and Fang and William and Olga and Oki, Anis and Herdy. Thank you so much for joining the chat, and thanks for saying hi. Hello, Ekaterina and Iris and Chung. Going to get started now though. I'm so happy to see everybody. I had a really nice week. And I thought we should talk about phrasal verbs again. The last couple of weeks we've looked at common sayings, and I thought, you know what, we should get back to looking at phrasal verbs. So because I had a break from work, I spent a lot of time sleeping, so I thought we should do some phrasal verbs that have to do with sleep. So again, not all of these phrasal verbs have the word sleep in it. Some of them do, but hi Aya, hi Snunkle, Elvin, Irene, hopefully I'm not missing anyone. Hello Arthur. The chat's kind of filling up, so it's going to be hard to keep up. Anyways, first two phrasal verbs that have to do with sleep are a bit of a review. So if you watched any of my previous live streams, you'll know that the first thing you do in the morning is you wake up. So waking up is when you go from sleeping to being awake. And then the next phrasal verb that has to do with sleep is to get up. This is when you physically get out of your bed. So we did cover both of these a few weeks ago. Might be a couple months ago now. They were phrasal verbs with up. So to wake up is to go from a state of sleeping to being alert and awake. And to get up is to physically get out of bed or get off the couch. I'm not sure I'm holding these high enough. I'm going to just adjust my camera down a little bit. That should help quite a bit. So wake up and get up. Those are the first two. One of the things that makes you wake up is that your alarm clock goes off. So when you set something like a timer or an alarm clock, it goes off eventually. And to go off means that the alarm clock starts to ring. Yeah, I'm just watching my live stream myself to see. Yeah, I think I've adjusted the camera down nicely. So in the morning, you will hear your alarm clock go off. So beep, beep, beep. Maybe your alarm clock is set to a radio station, but it will go off and then you will have to get up. Before you actually sleep, you have to lie down. Now, depending on where you're sleeping, at night when I get into bed, I lie down. So I'm in what they would call a prone position. You can also just sit in a chair and sleep. Sometimes in the afternoon, if I need a quick nap, I will just sit in a chair and sleep. I'm going to adjust this down just a tiny bit more. I feel like the papers aren't quite in the scene. Maybe it's, anyways. So your alarm clock goes off. Before you sleep, you have to lie down. Next one we have is to sleep away. So to sleep away is an interesting one because you can have someone, if you have kids and they're teenagers, sometimes they sleep the day away or they sleep away the afternoon. So what this means is that you're sleeping longer maybe than you're supposed to. So when I was on break the one morning, I had a nap in the afternoon and I slept for 2 hours. So you would say I was sleeping away the afternoon. So I spent the afternoon sleeping. We also have to sleep off. So this might be, maybe you're just physically tired. Maybe you were up too late and you just want to sleep off the weariness. This sometimes people talk about if they've been out drinking and they say they need to sleep it off, which means that in order to feel better from some physical activity that they did, or maybe they did some drinking, they need to spend some time sleeping. So they would sleep it off. 40 people watching. That's a lot. So the next one is to stay up. I'm just going to get a drink here. So in English we say kids usually have a bedtime, but sometimes we let our kids stay up. What that means is that instead of going to bed at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, we let them stay up. And that just means that they can not go to bed till after their bedtime. Adults do this too. Like sometimes my wife and I, we stay up late. We have friends over and we stay up late, which means that we don't go to bed at our regular time. The other verb is to sleep over. So to sleep over is if you go to someone's house and then you don't come home the same evening, we would say that you slept over. Or you might go to a friend's and you might be planning to sleep over, which means that instead of sleeping at your own house, you're planning to instead of coming home and sleeping at your own house, you're planning to stay and spend the night or sleep over at someone else's house. So to stay up is to not go to bed at your normal time, and to sleep over is to spend the evening at someone else's house. This is also a noun. Sometimes my kids, they go for a sleepover at someone else's house. So they'll say, can I go to a friend's house? And we say, sure. And they say, can I go for a sleepover? So you can say, can I go and sleep over? Or can I go for a sleepover? Both are totally doable. I just want to say hi to Flenham and Parvinder and Dia and Anna and Sammy and Eddie, Beat and Dean 247. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining. The next one we're going to look at is sleep through. So you can sleep through your alarm. You can sleep through the time that you normally wake up. So it's possible that you normally get up at 8 o'clock and your alarm goes off, but you don't hear it. So we would say that you slept through your alarm, or I hope I don't sleep through my alarm tomorrow morning. So to sleep through. The next one is to sleep on it. So this is really just to think about something. So let's say someone says to you they have a proposal or a plan to do something. Maybe they want to start a business with you, and you could say, you know what, I just need to sleep on it. So really what you're saying is that you just need some time to think about it. You're not necessarily going to think about it while you're sleeping, but it's a figure of speech. It's kind of a saying we have in English. You know what? I'm gonna sleep on it. And sometimes this is advice. So maybe a friend says to you, oh, I have this really cool investment opportunity. I want to invest some money in my brother-in-law's business. You could say, you know what? Maybe you should think. Maybe you should think about it. Maybe you should sleep on it. So sleep on it. Sleep through, sleep on it. So hopefully this isn't happening to you right now. When you nod off, it's when you fall asleep when you're not supposed to. Usually when you're listening to someone talk. So maybe you're at an event and someone is talking up front. And nod off, it looks like this. When you start to fall asleep and then your head, you see how my head is nodding? So that would be nodding off. It's kind of means falling asleep when you're not supposed to. So I'll do that again. So here's me nodding off. So I'm listening to someone talk, and then my eyes get heavy, and then all of a sudden my head goes like this, or like this. You've all done it, I bet you've all done it. And to doze off To doze off means to simply kind of fall asleep as well. So you can doze off while sitting on the couch watching TV. Maybe you're watching a show and you've just had a big meal and you feel really full. And then you just kind of slowly doze off on the couch and you wake up 20 minutes later and wonder where the time has gone. So to nod off is to kind of fall asleep when you're, I guess you can nod off watching a movie as well, and to doze off means kind of the same thing. So as you get older, you might want to have a nap. So a nap is a small sleep in the afternoon or morning, I don't know when. I know when I was younger, I didn't take naps, so I didn't need a nap. Now I quite often, when I go home from work, I sit on the couch and I have a little 5 or 10 minute nap. So it's a quick little sleep, usually in the afternoon after school or work. Take a nap. You can also have a nap. So I could say to my wife, I'm a little tired, I'm just going to take a nap. Or I could say, I'm a little tired, I'm just going to have a nap. I'm just going to have a quick nap, just to kind of refresh myself, to rejuvenate, to get some energy back. So take a nap, have a nap. And then you can also say that you're going to have a snooze. This kind of has two meanings. So you could say, oh, I'm just going to have a quick snooze on the couch. So this would mean the same as a nap. But you can also, on your alarm clock, have a snooze button. So in the morning when your alarm clock goes off, you can push the snooze button, which stops the alarm, and then about 5 or 10 minutes later, the alarm goes again. So you could say, when my alarm goes off, I hit snooze. Just a sec here. I'm going to just click something there. You could say, I'm just going to have a snooze, but also you could say, in the morning, I hit snooze 3 or 4 times before I actually get up. So snooze can mean an actually taking a nap or sleeping, but it can also be the button on your alarm clock. So, hey, I just got to check a couple of things here, but I've gone through most of my list of what I needed to talk about. I'm just going to kind of wrap this live stream up in a bit unless there's some questions. I'm going to just, I never nod off during your lesson because your lessons are always awesome. Thanks, Masakazu. That's very, very kind of you. Yes, and Aya says that they know take a nap. That's cool. That's cool. Annie says hello to you as well. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat and I'll answer them for the next couple of minutes. But otherwise, I hope that this was a good lesson for you. I know some of these verbs and sayings might have been review. They may have been things that you already knew, but it's always a good idea to look at things again anyways. But I just want to, I think I'll wrap this one up. Thanks for watching. I'm Bob the Canadian. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's a little red button down there that lets you subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, everybody in chat, if you could give me a thumbs up if this lesson was good for you. And then if there's no questions in the comments, for sure, in the chat, for sure go to the comments and leave me a question. I always come back throughout the week. It might take me a day or two, but I usually respond to all of my comments. So leave a comment or leave a question in the comments and I'll be happy to answer it. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. 46 people, it's awesome. And I hope that you are having a good Friday and I hope that you have a great weekend. So thanks a lot and bye. I see a lot of